So then I wanted to move on to some of the players that performed well against Man City, and I'll start with Salah because, that's just the 25 goals and just the 16 Premier League assists for him in, just 27 games. But he only needs 5 more assists to break Henry's assist record. And I'm just starting to think, when do we make the Messi comparisons? Because it's absolutely incredible what he's done so far this season.
Well, this is the thing, is that, all the records we've been talking about over the past, as the season has kind of progressed, have got more and more ridiculous, really. And the kind of the point now that we're at is, I heard a statistic, by the way, that for one of the comparisons that always pops up is that Eden Hazard, I think, assisted and scored in 10 Premier League matches in his time at Chelsea, and Salah has done that in 11 matches this season. So that comparison, I think we can put firmly in the bin. I don't think they're anywhere near each other. And the fact is that now this 11 that he's scored and assisted in a single season is the most that any player has managed since one of Lionel Messi's seasons at Barcelona. So that is the company he's keeping. That for me places that in its proper context, and it shows you just how good he is at the moment. It's just absolutely stunning stuff. And I don't think he'll ever touch Messi, for me, the greatest player of all time. But he's in that stratosphere this season alone. And, generally all he's done at Liverpool, he's right up there among the Premier League greats. And I think putting himself in the conversation as the greatest Premier League player of all time. So, maybe that's one to discuss in a couple of years when he's hopefully got another couple of years and more goals and assists under his belt at Liverpool. But what he has got in front of him this season is the chance to put together the greatest Premier League season by an individual player we've ever seen. And 11 games to get that 5 more assists and break the record, and he could even go for the goal record as well. That's a really exciting challenge. And I'm sure, he's someone who does keep an eye on the numbers. So I'm sure he'll be fully aware of that and trying to break it.
Yeah, I can't believe what I'm seeing, really, and maybe it's gone slightly under the radar, but I also can't really believe what I'm seeing from Virgil van Dijk, because you'd think that, he came back from the ACL injury, Liverpool nearly won the quadruple, had a bit of an off season, but this season and the season before, honestly, the levels he's reached are ridiculous, and I'm not sure there's a more complete player in the Premier League. But if Salah's number 1 for Ballon d'Or, if Salah's being argued as the best Premier League player ever, surely Van Dijk's got a chance, or should be in the conversation, to be maybe number 2 in the Ballon d'Or, maybe the best Premier League centre-back ever. And I know we've talked about this before, but on the level he's reaching too is ridiculous as well.
Yeah, I hope they don't split each other's vote. That's my only slight worry, is because they're both playing on that ridiculous level. So, I think Salah has to get it. Liverpool are going to win the Premier League, let's be honest. And so, for me, the outstanding attacking player, which we have to acknowledge is the hardest thing to do in football, is the attacking side of things. I think even Virgil, as good as he is, would acknowledge that putting the ball in the back of the net and setting up goals is the toughest thing to do in football. But I think Virgil van Dijk should be tucked in there close behind him, because his influence, it's absolutely outrageous, the level he's playing at. And for me, the discussion about who's the greatest Premier League centre-half of all time, that's already been decided. Even disregarding this season, I think that was decided already. We've never seen anyone who's as complete, as quick, as strong, as good at reading the game, as good at passing the ball off both feet. And, he just doesn't lose individual battles either. And his reading of the game is unbelievable. And then you throw into that the captaincy quality that he's got, his ability to lead the line, and just general intelligence around the game. I just think there's no one who has touched him in terms of his level. And it was interesting, actually, Salah talking about the big guys in the dressing room need another Premier League title. I think he's right. They deserve it. Players like Van Dijk, Alisson, Salah, the levels they've reached, they deserve to get another title under their belt. So I'm glad that is happening. And in terms of the Ballon d'Or voting, I think Virgil van Dijk will be pretty close up there as well, which is, you don't often say that for defenders, do you? But, he is a defender like we have never seen before.